Hello and welcome back to Introduction to Astronomy. Today we're going to be doing a lab on comets and asteroids. So you're going to want to go to Canvas, Modules, Labs, Unit 2 Labs. Then when you open up that Excel worksheet down at the bottom, you're going to click on the tab that says 6, Comets and Asteroids. Okay, you're going to want to read the notes, your lecture notes, on the lesson on the gas giants, because at the end of those notes is information about comets and asteroids. So it might be a good idea to read that before you start this. Okay, then also there is a concept introduction to this lab that you ought to read before you attempt to do the pre-lab questions. Okay, so let's take a look at the pre-lab questions. Number one, what's the purpose of the lab? Okay, so you ought to be able to do that. Copy and paste it from the lab itself. Safety instructions for this lab. If you choose to make a comet using dry ice, you have to be very careful with the dry ice. You must be wearing gloves when you do it, otherwise you're going to get frostbite with it. Question number 3, name the 3 main types of meteorites. Question number 4, name one type of ice that is found in a comet. So if you have difficulty with these questions, remember to read the pre-lab first. Also, you could go to Google and probably type in these questions and find the answers to them. So let's go down past the concept introduction, and we're going to go to the procedure, and it begins with comets. Now this is going to be optional for you. Because this is going to require having dry ice. There is a place in Springfield where you can get dry ice, so I've been told by one of my students, and this is at the corner of National and St. Louis Streets. There is a supermarket there, and in there my students said that they had dry ice. So you can purchase a bag of dry ice in order to make your comet with, but I'm not going to require you to do that. So the directions for making a comet are given in the procedure under number 1, building a comet. Make sure and read the directions thoroughly so that you don't make a mess when you do this. You can also, if you go online and type in on Google making a comet out of dry ice and then go to videos, you're going to find videos of how to do this. So you might want to watch one of those videos. Okay, now we're going to go down though to meteorites. And there are only 2 meteorites that I want you to know about. So I want you to know about a stony meteorite and an iron meteorite. So here is an example of a iron meteorite. Now I want you to take a look at that. Okay, so do you notice any properties of this meteorite? Now I'm going to give you another property of this meteorite because it's made of iron. Okay, magnet. It is going to be attracted to it. So a iron meteorite can be, you can tell that it's an iron meteorite because it will be attracted to a magnet. Now you should have also noticed another property of an iron meteorite. Now if you go to Google, you could probably type in properties of iron meteorites and you can find some. But I want you to be able to list at least 3 properties of an iron meteorite, as compared to the stony meteorite. Okay, so here is the stony one. Okay, and then just for comparison purposes, okay, there's the iron one in comparison. So do you notice any differences between the iron meteorite and the stony meteorite? The stony meteorite will not be attracted to the magnet. Alright, let me go ahead and give you another one, since you can't physically feel the two of them, but if you could, you would find that the iron meteorite is more dense than what the stony one is. So if you had equal amounts of them, the iron meteorite would feel heavier. So that's another property of the iron meteorite. So I've given you 2, so you can come up with that third one then for me. So on the laboratory exam, I could give you either the iron meteorite or the stony meteorite and ask you which one's which. And so you should be able to tell the difference between the two based on their properties. Okay, so you might also want to go to Google and look at images of an iron meteorite and images of a stony meteorite. And you might want to look at several different pictures of them so that you'll be able to identify them on the laboratory exam. Well, that's about it. So let's go down to our post-lab questions. If you go down to question number 6, you don't have to do it because I didn't require you to make the comet. So you don't need to answer question number 6. Question number 7, though, I think that you should be able to answer that one. What are major differences between the composition of an asteroid / meteorite and a comet? So asteroids are really, really big. When they get broken up into smaller pieces, when they are close to the Earth, we call them meteoroids. When they are going through the air, they're meteors. And then when they crash into the Earth and we find them, they're meteorites. I'm not going to ask you that on the exam, but those are just some words that are used to describe them. Okay, then question 8, the composition of the Earth is similar to the composition of it's either going to be a comet or a meteorite. So you figure out which one it is. The composition of Pluto is similar to the composition of what? Okay, question number 10. Yeah, I think you can do question 10. Which has greater mechanical strength, an asteroid or a comet? Meaning if you had an asteroid and a comet and you hit them both with a hammer, which one is less likely to break? The asteroid or the comet? And then question 11, why do geologists study meteorites in the first place? Maybe you might want to look that one up on Google. Question 12, why are comets so important to life on Earth? So what did comets bring with them when they crashed into the Earth? Okay, so you might want to look that one up on Google. So, that's the lab for today. It shouldn't take you very long to do that. And remember to, when you finish it, email it to me. And so until next time, goodbye.